today's episode, we'll be talking about how to build an effective Orruk Warclans army without breaking the bank at the same time. 1,000 points or bust. The Orruk Warclans fall into two distinct groups, the Ironjawz and the Bonesplitterz. One group scavenges armor and beats metal into shape with their fists. The other eschews armor entirely, opting to go with absolutely no pants. But what they both want is to make things go crump, especially if they're remotely civilized. Orruks love fighting, and that's all that they're gonna do. This particular video won't really be covering tactics or recommending which faction to play, but we will be building a vanguard list that is going to help you get used to the way that Orruk Warclans play. And of course you'll need the Warclan Battle Tome and the Age of Sigmar rulebook available at the link down below. So this is a real simple one for you folks. First you get Gordrakk, the Fist of Gork, and build him as such, and then you get a start collecting box, and that will get you to just about 1,000 points. You can build Gordrakk as just a regular Maw Crusher, but he's good enough on his own, and everything that comes in this box is effective. You'll probably want to start off with building your Gorgruntas, which are the pig riders, as spearmen or jagged gore hackas, and then you just whack together the Ardboys and the War Chanter and you are good to go. I just played this exact list the other night and I wrecked face. Given the limited amount of models that are actually in the Orruk Ironjawz army list, you are a little bit strapped for choice, I will admit. The War Chanter is a great little buff unit. The Ardboys are effective, though they're slow. Gordrakk and the Gorgruntas are your main striking force. You just get up in the front lines with them and crump them. Just all you gotta do, just crump them. But there is a second faction that you can also collect if you are of such a mind to do so, and they are the Savage Boar Boys, or in this case the Bonesplitterz. Now I'm relatively new to Orruk Warclans overall altogether, and I don't really know anything about Bonesplitterz specifically, but I do know how to build a quick list. And they'll mix and match great with your Ironjawz if you don't want to go with the big cabbage. This will be able to shore up some of your other things, though you'll have to run them as the big Wog detachment instead of the straight Ironjawz or straight Bonesplitterz. Now there's a little bit of a problem here in that the Bonesplitterz Savage Big Boss is not currently available either here at the shop or at the GW website, but you can always build them out of this. And additionally, their Wargog Prophet can easily be proxied in with a Weird Knob Shaman, because really, who's gonna give you stick for that? Strange people, that's who. But again, the 10 Boar Boys, 20 Savage Orcs, the Prophet and the Big Boss, there's your lot. It's pretty simple to build one of these armies. They're not terribly complicated, much like the units that they're representing. It's a pretty quick and dirty style of army wielding, and it's also a pretty quick and dirty style of playing the game. You want to get into combat as soon as possible, and then make everybody else go away when that happens. The nice thing about the Savage Orruk Bonesplitter box is that it'll actually build 4 different units, just the regular Savage Orcs, the Moor Boys, the Arrow Boys, and the Big Stabbas, as you can see on the back of the box here. So you just kind of fill your shopping cart high with all these and you'll be able to figure out about 1,000 points. These lists are structured to get you rocketed into a full-scale war as quickly as possible, and I say that with certainty, as the Ironjawz list that I just described is effective if you do precisely what Orruks are good at, which is charging and crumping. The Bonesplitterz variant makes the most of what is in essence a huge mass of Orruk bodies, and you should be able to drown your enemies in a green tide. And the nice thing about Savage Orruks is that you can kit bash your own leaders together or sub in some Ironjawz without armor for anything that you might want to use. The War Chanter that comes in the Ironjawz Start Collecting box does not come with the armor attached, and you can just have him running around shirtless with 2 bones in his hands. That seems like a pretty quick kit bash to get yourself a boss or a prophet. Easy peasy. Now this is by no means exhaustive, but it should give you an idea of just what a Orruk Warclans army should look like when you're just starting out. And if you go to the Fantasy Games website and look up 1,000 points or bust, you'll find Orruk Warclans listed right along with everybody else. Once you got your head around it, you can come on back down to the shop for paints and war scrolls and whatever else you need to really get your game on. And once you're ready for more orcs, well, you can always get another box of these, and you can always get another Maw Crusher, and you can always get more of these. You are not spoiled for choice, but you can always use plenty more. And you can find them all at Fantasy Games. Thanks for watching. Easiest 1,000 points I ever did build.